First time I came to Hong Kong was actually 1994 with the Australian Sevens team. It was a wonderful team, great experience. I was playing with the likes of David Campese, Tim Horan, Jason Little, Dave Wilson, Ili Tabua. It was a really, really special week, and we were lucky enough to make the final. But we lost to a New Zealand team which had some guy called Jonah, someone in their team. Who? My initial memories from that first trip to Hong Kong was just the energy which is in the city that week. The players feel it. I think obviously the people who come to the game participate it and create a unique atmosphere to play in. And the lead up to it was sort of in that amateur period, so we had a little bit of fun on the lead up to it. And I was the first person. I was one of the new guys in the team, so they had a little bit of fun with me that week. But it culminated in just a great first international rugby experience for me. I do have some stories to share in terms of my first Hong Kong experience, which, I remember rooming with Ili Tabua, and Ili Tabua was originally from Fiji, and so there's a big Fijian contingent, and obviously we played against Fiji, and I never saw him all week. He was with the Fijians every night having a kava ceremony, and then I saw him about on the Thursday, even we started playing on the Friday, and then there was my roommate, but I was always concerned where Ili Tabua was. But more importantly for me, I remember going to Star Ferry, going on the other side to Kowloon, do some shopping, and getting done by a rickshaw ride so bad. I think I hold the record. I think it would cost me at that stage about 300 Hong Kong dollars, and the normal record, which Tim Horan had before that, was about $50, but they got me hook, line and sinker. I've been around the world with rugby and travelled, which is a beautiful thing of this game. But the essentials for touring, I think, is you've got to have fun. You've got to immerse yourself in the new country, the new surroundings that you're in. And I think more importantly, as a playing team, when you play away from home, you've got to start those games really, really well because that gives you a lot of confidence and makes you enjoy the experience even more. But I think all Australian rugby teams that I played with when we toured, they always had that ability to switch on and switch off. We always spoke about that. So when you switch on, it's business as usual, be it training, be it playing. But when you switch off, enjoy yourself and have the experience. Which of my teammates over the years would be an essential tourist? Oh wow, there's been some great tourists. I'd probably have to go with I'd go with Joe Roff. Joe Roff was one of the funniest men I played with. I played with him at Sevens as a young man. I went away to the Rugby World Cup in 1995 and played right through till the end of 2004. And he epitomised the ability to switch on and switch off. When he needed to switch on and play at an extremely high level, he could. But when he needed to switch off, get a guitar out, get the sing-along, get the mood right, he was a perfect guy to have in your touring team. Yeah, I think Australia's chances in the Rugby World Cup, particularly off the back of that Super Saturday in the Six Nations where it was really up for grabs, they're just going to have to be at their best to beat any one of those teams which were fighting hard for the Six Nations this year. They're in a very tough pool. They're going to be playing against Wales and England at Twickenham. So if they can get through that and get themselves deeper into the playoff stages, then it'll be just a quietly, softly approach, which I think Australian teams do best when they go into this sort of tournament. But they'll have to be playing well. South Africa, New Zealand, I think France, obviously England, Wales, Ireland, who've just won back-to-back Six Nations. There's some teams who are peaking at the right end of the tour, right end of the year going into such a special tournament. There are a couple of players in this Australian team in the Northern Hemisphere you mightn't have seen too much about. The Israel Folau's, obviously we know a lot about. I think Henry Spate, he went on his first tour with the Wallabies last year. He's an electric right winger. He's originally from Fiji, but he's been special with the Brumbies. And if he gets a chance to be playing in that Wallabies team and get some touches, he's a really special player. He can do things in very small spaces that not many wingers internationally can do. So he's one to look out for. And I think the world saw Sean McMahon, who's a young, abrasive, strong back rower, and he'll be a dangerous player in the Rugby World Cup. And I think Australia's always been pretty good at unearthing those young players, and he's a good example of it.